writers who I think, writers for TV scripts and so forth, novelists, and people doing any kind of fiction writing, I don't think they paid any attention to AI until they started finding out that their books were being fed into AI models to teach them all about their literature, their style, and they were afraid that their work would be copied, reproduced or copied without their being compensated or knowing about it. And they've gone to court. I have no idea where that case is, but
I can give you a quick example.
Yeah.
I play chess online on chess.com, and they have a bunch of bots that they program. They'll, like, Magnus Carlsen is a world champion for many years. So they program the bot, to review thousands of his games, and it plays like him. So they have different personality bots you can play with different levels of ability. So I wonder if a writer or a speaker, if they took all their teachings, all their writings, everything, put it into AI and made a bot that was similar to that person. You query it, it would answer you in the style of that person, which it kind of does on ChatGPT and stuff. Does that take away from that person? What happens to the derivative works that would be created by this facsimile of that person? It opens up a lot of weird issues.
It does. But honestly, I think that this lawsuit is about money. I think people in the creative fields, now making a gross generalization here, never feel quite adequately compensated for the content that they create. I remember when the internet was still becoming so popular, and there were music sites where you could get music for free, which is not true anymore. And the young people were shouting, data wants to be free, or something like that. Well, it's great.
I remember information wants to be free.
Yeah, great content should be free, but the people who create it are working in a garret somewhere with not enough to eat.
Well, not only that, if you pay someone for content, they can create much higher level content. Yes, I know technology is getting cheaper, but still. But if you don't pay people for it, there's going to be far less incentive, except for the true artists that would create anything. So I would think it would lead quickly to like a poverty of, movies or TV or writing or whatever it may be that AI was attempting to replace.
I think you're right. I mean, it would leave people like me behind, and only Tolstoy would see the light of day. My style can be copied. I'm not sure.
So a more prosaic thing, though, is, if companies and people just want to use AI to create this, that, and the other, I mean, first of all, they would run out of, good training data after a time, because people would stop doing those activities. And I just feel like it would devolve. The AI feeds on what happened in the past. So if you start having a lot of AI created stuff, eventually it would become, a self-referring tight loop where it wouldn't really create anything new. It would just get locked into what it already had. And the more of it that gets produced and the more of it that gets used, the more it gets locked in, would be my guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But the leading character in my book, and starts pondering a future where AI becomes sophisticated enough that and maybe we're talking about self-awareness, which we certainly don't have now, AI being self-aware, robots being self-aware. But she wonders if you were dating someone and that someone was a robot, and of course you could make it look exactly like a human, if we could program those robots to express the feelings of a human at the appropriate times, empathy. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if that would be a replacement for my husband. He's not home, so I can say that. But I don't know. I mean, the loop that you're describing, and perhaps you thought about it a lot more than I have, but yeah, I suppose that could happen. But I just think people are going to push onward until they can create who knows what. I don't know, a robot that seems to have a soul. Because you wouldn't know that it doesn't unless you knew for a fact that it wasn't a human being.